Hello, it's Annabelle here again, and what I was going to talk about today is pretty much what I've just said up there. Is the aspirations that you're looking to achieve. They're going to take growth, and where we're talking about business aspirations, that's going to need professional growth as well as personal growth. Now, I just want to say a little bit about where this is coming from, because I've been posting one or two things in the last couple of days that kind of hinted at this, but it was only this morning when I woke up that I thought, oh right, this is where it's coming from. Often when I'm working with entrepreneurs and working with entrepreneur support organisations, there's a heavy focus on strategy. Now, this is actually quite useful because oftentimes entrepreneurs will be thinking, here's the stuff I need to do, the day-to-day, and they don't necessarily have a long-term game plan. But the focus is on what's your strategy, where's your business plan, blah, 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 blah. And as I've said in one of my previous Facebook Lives within the last week or so, that's not the starting point, it's the inner work that must come first. But where this has also come from is that I've been delivering some online training and coaching recently, and I've been struck actually that when I'm working with other people's programs and so on, you know, they're great, but sometimes we can be working with a client, and the focus of the client is very much on, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And it's often things like, well, I need to learn to delegate more effectively. I need to learn to coach my team. I need to be better at problem solving, because we tend to go round and round and not actually, you know, we think we fixed it, but the problem is recurrent. So we clearly haven't fixed it. Things to do. And this sits a little bit uneasily with me. Whenever I'm working with a client like that, I'm doing my level best to say, right, let's turn our attention. Yes, we will come to the skills development, and you need to know that, but let's turn our attention to you, because there's a combination of stuff that's going on here as you move forward and you develop professionally, you build your capability, your leadership skills and so on. There's a heck of a lot of inner work that's going on as well. Now, in a training context, so this is one of the things that I do, in a training and consultancy context, what I'm doing is going and saying, okay, here's what you need to do. Here are the principles at work. This is kind of what's happening in your business. These are the skills that you need to develop, and here's some best practice principles as to how to do that. But it's a combination of here are the principles that will help your business and you. And your situation is going to be unique. So the principles will stand in pretty much any situation whatsoever, because they're principles. This is just the way the world works. This is the way businesses work. This is the way human beings work. This is who we are as a species when we come together in a group, in a community, in an ecosystem, in a business to accomplish something together. This is how we work. Those are the principles, and there's you. So there's always two things going on here, and if we just focus on the skills, right? Here are the techniques for delegating, or here's how to coach your team, or here's a framework for problem solving, or here's how to communicate and influence, whatever it happens to be. I've got 20 years worth of management and leadership training skills material here, where the focus is predominantly on here's what you must do. Those are the principles, and they work. But sitting alongside that is you, with your skills, your strengths, your flaws, your limitations, your skewed thinking, which is saying, well, that's what the principle says, but that's not going to work for me. And as a slight aside, I was having a conversation actually with Martin Harshberger yesterday, who I just was connected with just a couple of days ago through Desi Popova. So it was fantastic to be able to speak to him. He was saying the same thing, that there are the principles, and people will say, oh, that won't work for me, that won't work for me, that won't work for me. And they're wrong, but they're right. Where they're wrong is if it's a principle, it's going to work for you because it's a principle. Do you know what? If you put salt into a cake mix, it's going to taste pretty boggin because you put salt instead of sugar into a cake mix. That's the principle. But that was a really bad metaphor to use. But you know what I mean? There's going to be principles, and they stand true whatever happens. The you piece is really coming from self-awareness and understanding you in relation to those principles, because there's going to be some of those principles that you apply readily, where you see the skill set you need, and you're going, face palm, that's what I need to do. Okay. And you go away and do it. There's going to be other things to do with you where you think, yeah, I know that's what I need to do, I know that I need to give that person difficult feedback, or I need to fire that person that I've had on my team for a long time, but they're really not doing me any favours just now, they're not growing with whatever. I know I need to do that, but I don't know how to do that personally. I don't know how to, not that it can't be done, not that the principles don't exist, but I'm not comfortable with doing that. And that's where the coaching piece comes in. So the consultancy and the training is all around, here's what you need to do. Here are the skills you need to develop. Here's where you need to have a sales funnel. Here's where you need to know how to delegate. Here's how you structure your business. Here's how you articulate your strategy. And then there's the me bit, the you bit, the me personally bit, which is like, yeah, and me in relation to those principles. That's where the coaching comes in, so that you are able to work with those principles. Hi there, Laura. Hi, how are you? We must catch up again soon. So that inner work, that personal stuff is absolutely critical, absolutely critical. If you don't do the inner work, you're not going to be able to leverage the skills that you know that stuff that you should be doing. You know that other people seem to have grasped it. You've read the books, you've bought the course, you've read the books, you've looked at all the YouTube clips, and you're still not doing it. You're still not doing it. That's because the principles stand, but there's something about you internally that is preventing you from doing that. The coaching piece helps to overcome that. Now, this whole thing about, as you grow your business, the personal and the professional development remains critical throughout your business life. And throughout your business journey. Now, I just happen to have it sitting just here. And of course, it's going to be mirror image and background. It's going to be mirror image and backwards, isn't it? But Get Your P's in a Row, 5 Key Factors to Propel Your Business Forward is the book that I launched in July. And literally more than the first third of it, this is focused on like 5 key factors for your business growth. You know, the clue really is in the title. But the first, at least third of it, is about you as a human being and you as a business leader, because the inner work comes first. Once you know and understand yourself, you're far better able to grasp those principles. And amongst my 5 P's, this purpose is all around your strategy and how to communicate it, your people, how to structure your business and how to manage your team, your processes and how they actually make stuff happen, and your paradigms and how you're constructing the culture that supports all of this. Jeanette has said, do I get the book on Amazon? Yes, you can, Jeanette. And actually, when I finished rabbiting on here, I'll put the link below. I'll put 2 links because, well, I mean, when you go into Amazon, if you're on Amazon UK, you just jump to Amazon America and wherever you are. But I'll put a couple of links below. The critical thing is knowing and understanding yourself. Once you do that, you're going to be far better able to put those skills into practice that we all know that we need to have. As always, as I'm saying this, I'm saying it to myself as much as anybody else. Now, in this, and it is becoming a little bit of a plug for this, but the kind of framework that I use for the personal development piece for you as a human being and a business leader is around clarity, courage, capability, and character. So the clarity is around knowing what you want as a person. Never mind your business. What do you want out of life? Now, those aspirations will change. I mean, clearly what I want now at staring 50 in the face, to what I wanted in my 20s or when my children were small, that changes. But, my values remain the same. So clarity around your values, your direction, your personal purpose is going to be really, really crucial. The danger if you don't have that as a bedrock is that you might end up building a business that becomes some kind of Frankenstein's monster that enslaves you rather than being something that sustains and fulfills you. The second thing is around courage. Now, oftentimes we think of courage as the bravery, the bold decisions, the forging forward, the moving forward in the face of adversity, and blah 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 blah. All the heroics. Sometimes courage is the ability to admit you're wrong, is the ability to be vulnerable as a human being, is the ability to seek for help. So, courage is a very individual thing. There's going to be things that other people will do, and that it's easy for them, but it's courageous for you. It's important to know that. So do you see what I'm also getting at here? Is that here are 4 principles. These are things that everybody needs to get to grips with in their own personal growth as a business leader. But what it is to you in particular is going to be very, very specific. That's where the coaching part comes in. So the third of this mini framework within that huge personal development piece within Get Your P's in a Row is capability. What strengths do you already have that you can leverage moving forward in life, in business, everywhere? And whilst my focus is business growth, these are principles that are applicable pretty much anywhere. So what's happening around your capability? Where do you have strengths that you can leverage? What do you need to learn and change and grow moving forward? And this is the thing, as we move forward, we must grow. If we cease to grow, we stop moving forward, we stagnate, we die, we start to decay. So what do we need to learn and grow and change moving forward? And the third thing that often is forgotten is, what do we need to leave behind because it no longer serves us? What do we need to learn, leverage and leave when it comes to our own personal capability? Again, when you're looking at a leadership role, there's going to be principles that as a leader, here are the things that I need to be doing, and that's backed up by donkey's years of practical experience within the corporate environment, within within business, within infrastructure, excuse me, off the back of academic research and so on. So those are the things that must be you in relation to those capabilities is a slightly different thing. And the fourth thing, character is very much about you. What is the legacy that you want to leave? What do you want to be known for? Who are you as a business leader? What's going to be the epitaph on your headstone? You know, okay, we might not be looking at quite such grim terms as that, but what do you want to be known for, and what's the legacy that you are building today that you will leave behind for your team, your future, your family, your community, your business, your sector, the world in the future? So I'm just going to leave it there, partly because this has gone on for longer than I've expected, and partly because my son has just arrived and is eating his brunch over there, and you know, the sound of clattering cutlery and him chomping through his toast is going to be off-putting. So I just wanted to leave it there, but just to draw your attention as we go into the weekend, perhaps to invite you to consider, as I move forward, what growth is needed now? What professional growth is needed in order to take my business forward? So as a business leader, with the emphasis on business, these are the principles that I need to learn and grasp moving forward. And what's the personal growth that needs to happen moving forward? What do I need to learn and change moving forward? What strengths do I have that I can leverage as I move into the future? What do I need to leave behind because it no longer serves me? That's all for me today. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.